Angela was exhausted. After a whole year of hard work and single-handedly taking care of her children, she knew she needed a break. The vacation was more than deserved. It was necessary. Living in Charleston, South Carolina, she longed for some peace and fun away from the daily grind. On the morning of departure, Angela woke up early, more excited than she had been in months. Michael, her 10-year-old son, was already up, playing on his tablet on the couch. Sophia, the 7-year-old, was still in bed, lazily stretching. "Come on, guys, we have a long way to the hotel. Time to get up," Angela called out, entering Sophia's room and opening the curtains. "I'm already awake, Mom," Michael said, rushing to his sister's room to help her get ready. Sophia rubbed her eyes and smiled. "Is today the day, Mom? Are we really going to the hotel with the pool?" "Yes, sweetheart, today's the day. It's going to be amazing. Now, let's get dressed and have breakfast, okay?" Angela replied with a smile, kissing her daughter's forehead. While the kids got dressed, Angela did a final check on the suitcases. She had booked a room at a highly recommended hotel with a pool that her kids would love. It was her chance to disconnect from the world and reconnect with her children. In the car, as they drove to the hotel, Angela and her kids chatted excitedly about the things they would do on vacation. "I want to swim in the pool every day," exclaimed Michael, his eyes shining with anticipation. "Me too. And I want to eat ice cream every day," added Sophia, making everyone laugh. Angela smiled at them through the rearview mirror. "You can do all that and more. We're going to have so much fun together." The drive to the hotel was smooth, and the kids were thrilled when they finally arrived. The hotel was even more beautiful than Angela expected, with well-manicured gardens and a large shimmering pool in the center. In the lobby, the reception was warm and efficient. "Welcome to our hotel, Mrs. Angela," said the receptionist, handing over the room key. "I hope you have a wonderful stay with your children." "Thank you. I'm sure it will be great," Angela replied, already feeling more relaxed. After settling into the room, Angela helped the children unpack. Michael was already eager to explore. "Mom, can we go to the pool now?" he asked, bouncing on the bed. "Of course, sweetheart. Let's all get our swimsuits on and have some fun," Angela replied, laughing at her son's contagious energy. They quickly changed and headed down to the pool area. Angela felt a weight lift off her shoulders as she watched her children laugh and play in the water. She allowed herself to relax, letting the sun warm her skin and her children's joy fill her heart. The vacation was just beginning, and Angela was determined to enjoy every moment with Michael and Sophia. Little did she know, these initial moments of happiness would set the stage for an unexpected and intense battle for justice and dignity. Angela felt rejuvenated after the first afternoon at the pool. The happiness on Michael and Sophia's faces made every moment worthwhile. As the sun began to set, they returned to the room to get ready for dinner. "I'm so hungry, Mom," said Michael, rubbing his belly. "Do they have burgers at the restaurant?" Sophia laughed. "I want pizza." Angela smiled. "Let's see what they have on the menu. I'm sure we'll find something delicious for everyone." They quickly got ready and headed to the hotel restaurant. The atmosphere was cozy and elegant, with soft lights and pleasant background music. The hostess led them to a table near the window, where they could see the city lights in the distance. "Wow, it's so beautiful here," remarked Sophia, marveling at the view. "Yeah, it really is," agreed Angela. "Let's enjoy our dinner." The waiters soon arrived to take their orders. Michael opted for the burger, as expected, while Sophia chose a cheese pizza. Angela decided to try a fresh seafood salad. While they waited for their food, Angela took the opportunity to talk more with the kids about their plans for the next few days. "What do you guys want to do tomorrow?" she asked, looking at them fondly. "Can we go to the beach?" suggested Michael. "I love building sandcastles. And I want to find seashells," added Sophia, excitedly. "Good idea. We can spend the morning at the beach and maybe explore a bit of the city afterwards," Angela suggested. "Charleston has a lot of interesting places to see." The food arrived, and everyone dug in eagerly. Laughter and conversation flowed freely, filling the restaurant with positive and infectious energy. Angela felt more connected to her children than ever, grateful for these precious moments together. After dinner, they returned to their room. The kids were exhausted but happy and soon drifted off to sleep. Angela stayed awake a little longer, reflecting on the day and planning for the next. The next morning, they woke up early again, ready for a day of adventures. After a quick breakfast, Angela and the kids headed to the beach. The sun was shining in the clear blue sky, and the sea breeze was refreshing. A small zipline. "This is so much fun, Mom," shouted Sophia as she slid down the slide. "This place is amazing, Mom," exclaimed Michael, running towards the water. Sophia was right behind him, picking up seashells in the sand. Angela watched them with a smile, feeling fulfilled by creating these happy memories. After a few hours at the beach, they decided to explore downtown. They visited local shops, tried artisanal ice cream, and learned about Charleston's history. The city was charming with its narrow streets and historic architecture. As the day drew to a close, they returned to the hotel tired but happy. Angela felt a deep sense of peace as she tucked the kids into bed. "Good night, my loves." "Sleep tight," she whispered, kissing each of their foreheads. "Good night, Mom," they replied in unison, before falling asleep. Angela lay down on the bed, reflecting on how those simple vacation days had already brought so much joy into their lives. She couldn't predict the challenges that lay ahead, but for now, she was determined to savor every moment of happiness with her children. Angela woke up to the first rays of sunlight streaming into the hotel room. Feeling refreshed, she stretched and looked at Michael and Sophia, still asleep. A good night's sleep had done them all well. "Good morning, my loves," Angela said softly, waking the kids with gentle kisses. "Today is another day of fun." Michael opened his eyes, already smiling. "Are we going swimming in the pool again, Mom?" "Yeah, let's," replied Sophia, already getting out of bed, excited. "First, let's grab breakfast." "We need energy for a day full of adventures," Angela said, helping them get dressed. At the hotel restaurant, the breakfast buffet was brimming with delicious options. Michael and Sophia loaded up their plates with waffles, fruits, and juice, while Angela opted for a lighter meal with yogurt and granola. "What are we going to do after breakfast, Mom?" asked Michael between bites. "We can start with the pool, then maybe explore the hotel gardens." "I heard there's an amazing playground here," Angela replied. "I want to see the playground," exclaimed Sophia, clapping her hands. After breakfast, they returned to the room to change clothes and headed straight to the pool. Angela loved seeing the joy in her children's eyes as they swam and played in the water. She sat on a nearby lounge chair, reading a book and keeping a watchful eye on the kids. "Mom, look what I can do," called Michael, before diving into the water with an impressive splash. "Wow, that's amazing, Michael," Angela praised, feeling proud. Sophia swam to the pool's edge and waved to her mom. "Me too, Mom." "Look," Angela waved back. "You two are incredible. I'm so happy to see you having so much fun." Time flew by at the pool, and before they knew it, it was time to explore the hotel gardens. Angela took the kids to the playground, where they found swings, slides, and even. Michael, on the other hand, was fascinated by the zipline. "Can I try, Mom?" "Sure, sweetheart." "Just be careful," Angela replied, watching closely as Michael zipped down the zipline with a huge grin. After several hours of fun, they decided to take a break for lunch. The hotel restaurant had a lovely outdoor area, perfect for a quiet lunch. "This place is perfect, Mom," said Michael as he took a bite of his sandwich. "I'm loving it too," Michael, replied Angela, feeling grateful for these simple yet precious moments. After lunch, they returned to the room to rest a bit. Angela knew they still had many days ahead and wanted to make sure everyone was rested and ready for more adventures. While the kids napped, Angela reflected on how these vacations were already bringing a sense of renewal to her family. The peace and happiness she felt were tangible, and she was determined to savor every second with Michael and Sophia. With the afternoon free, Angela decided they could explore more of the city or even return to the pool. Everything seemed to be going perfectly well, and she couldn't imagine anything that could spoil that sense of complete happiness. But life is unpredictable, and Angela would soon discover that their dream vacation would be interrupted by an unexpected challenge, testing her resilience and courage in ways she never imagined. On the second day of their vacation, Angela woke up with the same sense of peace that had accompanied her since arriving at the hotel. The kids were still asleep, exhausted from the previous day's fun. Angela decided to enjoy some quiet time with a coffee on the terrace of the. First, let's grab some breakfast. We need energy for a day full of adventures, Angela said, helping them get dressed. At the hotel restaurant, the breakfast buffet was filled with delicious options. Michael and Sophia loaded up their plates with waffles, fruits, and juice, while Angela opted for a lighter meal with yogurt and granola. "What are we going to do after breakfast, Mom?" asked Michael between bites. "We can start with the pool, then maybe explore the hotel gardens." "I heard there's an amazing playground here," Angela replied. "I want to see the playground," exclaimed Sophia, clapping her hands. After breakfast, they headed down to the pool area together, and the kids immediately ran into the water, laughing and shouting with joy. Angela found a lounge chair nearby and settled in, keeping a watchful eye on Michael and Sophia. As the kids played, Angela immersed herself in her book, feeling the sun warm her skin. The gentle sound of water and her children's laughter created a perfect atmosphere. That's when she noticed a man watching her from a distance, his expression stern. The man, middle-aged and dressed impeccably in a suit despite the heat, approached Angela with purposeful steps. His name was Mr. Harris, the hotel manager. "Excuse me, ma'am," he said, his tone cold. "May I speak with you for a moment?" Angela looked up, surprised. "Of course, sir. Is there a problem?" "We've received a complaint about your presence here at the pool area," he said, glancing around as if seeking support from other guests. "A complaint?" "I don't understand," Angela replied, confused. "I don't believe you're a guest at this hotel," Mr. Harris stated, his gaze skeptical. "I'll need you and your children to leave the area immediately." Angela was shocked. "But I am a guest here. We're in room 302. I made the reservation weeks ago." Mr. Harris crossed his arms, still skeptical. "That seems unlikely. I'll need to see your room key and an ID." Angela felt her heart racing. "I can't believe this is happening. I'll retrieve my things from the room and bring my ID." "I'll accompany you," Mr. Harris said, his tone leaving no room for negotiation. Angela gathered the children, trying to stay calm. "Michael, Sophia, let's go back to the room for a moment. We need to sort out a misunderstanding." "But I don't want to leave now, Mom," complained Michael. "I know, honey, but it's just for a moment," Angela replied, trying to reassure them. With Mr. Harris close behind, Angela returned to the room, retrieved her wallet and the room key. Back in the lobby, she handed everything to the manager, who inspected the documents meticulously. "These documents appear to be in order," he finally conceded, but with evident reluctance. "But I'll need to verify with the front desk." Angela felt a mix of anger and humiliation. "Do what you need to do. I'm here to enjoy my vacation with my kids, not to be treated like this." Mr. Harris stepped away to speak with reception, leaving Angela and the children waiting. Sophia, sensing the tension, held her mother's hand. "Mommy, is everything okay?" Sophia asked, concerned. "It is, sweetie. We just need to be patient," Angela replied, trying to stay calm. After a few minutes, Mr. Harris returned, his expression less severe. "It seems there was a mistake. I apologize for the inconvenience." Angela sighed with relief, though she still felt indignation simmering inside her. "I hope this won't happen again. We're here to relax, not to be treated like suspects." "Of course," Mr. Harris said, though his tone was more condescending than sincere. Angela decided she wouldn't let this incident spoil their vacation, but something inside her knew this wouldn't be the last challenge she'd face during their stay. Following the confrontation with Mr. Harris, Angela resolved not to let the incident dampen their vacation. She returned to the pool with Michael and Sophia, determined to enjoy time with her children. Yet, the tension still hung in the air. The next morning, Angela and the children decided to head down to the pool again. Michael and Sophia ran ahead, eager to dive into the water. Angela followed with a smile, trying to put the discomfort from the previous day behind her. As the children played in the pool, Angela found a lounge chair and settled in, beginning to relax. That's when she noticed Mr. Harris again, observing the pool area with a displeased expression. He approached quickly, and Angela felt a knot form in her stomach. "Ma'am, I need to speak with you again," he said, his tone even more severe than before. Angela stood up, trying to keep her composure. "What's happening now, Mr. Harris?" "We've received more complaints about your presence here," he said, raising his voice so others around could hear. "I'll need you and your children to leave the hotel immediately." Angela was dumbfounded. "This is ridiculous. I've already proven I'm a guest here. What's the problem now?" Mr. Harris crossed his arms and replied coldly. "You're causing discomfort to other guests. We won't tolerate this kind of behavior." Angela felt anger and humiliation swelling inside her. "I'm here with my children, enjoying the vacation I paid for. You can't treat us like this." Guests around them started noticing the commotion, and some began murmuring to each other. Angela realized several people were watching, and the situation was quickly becoming public. "If you don't leave voluntarily, I'll call security to remove you," Mr. Harris threatened. Michael and Sophia, who had overheard part of the conversation, approached their mother. "Mommy, what's happening?" Michael asked, concerned. "It's okay, my loves. We'll sort this out," Angela said, trying to reassure her children. "No, it's not okay." She then turned to Mr. Harris, determined not to stay silent. "You're discriminating against me because of my skin color. This is unacceptable." Murmurs among the guests grew louder, and some people started stepping forward to support Angela. An elderly woman, sitting nearby, stood up and intervened. "This is a disgrace. I saw what happened yesterday. This woman is a guest and has done nothing wrong," the woman said, challenging Mr. Harris. Other guests began speaking up in support of Angela. "Yeah, I saw it too." "This is blatant racism," said a young man, approaching. Mr. Harris seemed uncomfortable with the growing opposition, but maintained his stance. "Please, everyone, return to your activities. We're just trying to maintain peace and order." Angela, feeling empowered by the support of the other guests, decided she wouldn't be intimidated. "You're not kicking us out like this. We'll resolve this with the hotel's general manager." At that moment, a hotel security member approached, alerted by the escalating commotion. He looked at Mr. Harris, then at Angela and the children. "Sir, what's going on here?" the security guard asked, clearly confused. "This woman and her children need to leave the hotel," Mr. Harris insisted. "No, we don't," Angela asserted firmly. "I'm a guest here and demand to speak with the general manager." The security guard hesitated, realizing the gravity of the situation. "I'll fetch the general manager to handle this," he said, walking off to seek assistance. As they waited, Angela felt a wave of emotion and gratitude for the people who had stood up for her. Michael and Sophia held her hands, seeking comfort. "Mommy, why is he doing this to us?" Sophia asked, tears welling up in her eyes. Angela knelt beside her children. "Some people still judge others by the color of their skin, sweetheart. But we're in this together, and we won't let anyone treat us poorly." Finally, the hotel's general manager, a woman named Ms. Thompson, arrived on the scene. She looked around, assessing the situation quickly. "What's the issue here?" she asked, addressing Mr. Harris. "This woman is causing trouble, and we've received complaints about her presence," Mr. Harris repeated. Ms. Thompson looked directly at Angela. "Are you a guest at the hotel?" "Yes, I am," Angela replied, handing over her room key and identification once more. Ms. Thompson examined the documents and then glanced at Mr. Harris disapprovingly. "This is unacceptable. Mrs. Angela, I apologize for my employee's behavior. Please rest assured, you and your children are more than welcome here." Angela sighed with relief, though the sting of humiliation still lingered. "Thank you, Ms. Thompson. I hope something will be done about this." "Absolutely, ma'am. This will be addressed immediately," Ms. Thompson promised, before turning to Mr. Harris. "We need to talk in my office now." Mr. Harris followed Miss Thompson, clearly nervous. Angela felt a wave of victory and relief, but she also knew this was just the beginning of something bigger. After the confrontation with Mr. Harris, Angela felt relieved but still shaken. She knew she needed to do something to prevent such situations from happening to others. That night, while Michael and Sophia slept, she sat at the hotel room table, reflecting on the day's events. Angela picked up her phone and called her friend Sarah, a lawyer in Charleston. Sarah picked up on the second ring. "Hey, Angela. How's the vacation going?" Sarah asked cheerfully. "Hi, Sarah. Things were going well, but something terrible happened at the hotel today," Angela replied, trying to stay calm as she recounted the story. Sarah listened attentively without interrupting. When Angela finished, Sarah sighed. "This is unacceptable, Angela. We need to take action. I know some journalists who might be interested in your story. Do you think that would help?" Angela asked, uncertain. "Definitely. We need to expose this behavior. I'll make some calls and see what I can do. And as for the hotel, you should demand a public apology and concrete actions against that manager," Sarah suggested. "Thank you, Sarah. I'll think about it and try to get some rest. I need to be strong for Michael and Sophia," Angela said. The next day, Angela woke up determined. After breakfast, she took the children to a nearby park and called the front desk, asking to speak with Ms. Thompson. "Hello, Ms. Thompson. This is Angela from room 302. I'd like to schedule a meeting with you to discuss what happened yesterday," Angela said, trying to sound confident. "Of course, Angela. Can we meet in my office in an hour?" Ms. Thompson replied promptly. "Perfect, thank you," Angela replied. After leaving Michael and Sophia at the playground under the supervision of a hotel caregiver, Angela headed to Ms. Thompson's office. Upon arrival, she was greeted with a warm smile. "Angela, please come in." "Have a seat," Ms. Thompson said, indicating a comfortable chair. "Thank you," Angela replied, sitting down. "I'd like to talk about yesterday's incident and Mr. Harris's behavior. I completely understand, and I want you to know we've taken immediate steps. Mr. Harris has been suspended while we investigate the matter," Ms. Thompson informed. Angela nodded, relieved. "That's a start, but we need more. I want a public apology and a review of employee training policies to prevent discrimination." "You're absolutely right, Angela. We'll issue a statement and review our training programs." "Discrimination has no place here," Ms. Thompson agreed. "Thank you, Ms. Thompson. I'd also like to speak with the press about this. We need to raise awareness," Angela said, feeling more confident. The publication of Angela's story in the Charleston Herald caused a major stir in the city. Messages of support and solidarity flooded her social media, and many local residents were outraged by the discrimination she had faced. Angela's determination only grew as she saw the support pouring in. The morning after the publication, Angela sat at the breakfast table with Michael and Sophia. The children were busy with their waffles and juices, while Angela read the supportive comments on her phone. "Mom, you're famous," Michael exclaimed, laughing. Angela smiled. "Not quite, sweetheart. People are showing solidarity with our story and want to help." Suddenly, Angela's phone rang. It was Sarah. "Hi, Angela. Are you seeing the response? It's amazing. People are organizing a peaceful protest in support of you. They want you to speak to the crowd." Angela was taken aback. "A protest? That's incredible. But do you think I'm ready for this?" "Of course you are, Angela. Your voice is powerful, and you can inspire a lot of people." "The protest is scheduled for tomorrow morning, in front of the hotel," Sarah informed her. "Okay, I'll be there." "Thank you for letting me know, Sarah," Angela said, feeling a wave of emotion. The next day, Angela prepared for the protest. She dressed in comfortable yet professional attire, wanting to convey confidence and seriousness. Michael and Sophia were excited, but Angela decided they would stay with Sarah during the event to ensure their safety. When Angela arrived at the protest site, a crowd had already gathered. There were signs with messages of support and against discrimination. Angela was moved to see so many people united for such an important cause. Sarah approached Angela, holding her hand. "You've got this, Angela. We're all here for you." Angela took a deep breath and stepped onto the small stage set up in front of the hotel. The crowd applauded and shouted words of encouragement. Angela took the microphone and looked out at the people, feeling a mix of nervousness and determination. "Good morning, everyone," Angela began, her voice steady. "I want to thank you all for being here today. What happened to me and my children was unjust, but it's not an isolated incident. Discrimination and racism are still a reality for many people." The crowd cheered, encouraging her to continue. "We're here to say that this is not acceptable. We cannot allow prejudice to continue defining people's lives. We need change, and that change starts with us, with our voices, our actions, and our determination." The applause swelled, and Angela felt empowered by the crowd's energy. "I want to thank the Charleston Herald for sharing my story, and to the hotel management for listening to our demands and committing to making changes. But this is just the beginning. We need to ensure that every place is safe and welcoming for everyone, regardless of skin color." Angela paused, looking out at the now silent crowd, absorbing every word. "Let's keep fighting together for respect, equality, and justice." "Thank you all for being here and being part of this change," Angela concluded, raising her fist in a gesture of determination. The crowd erupted in applause and supportive cheers. Angela stepped down from the stage, feeling inspired and motivated. She knew she had taken a significant step in the fight against discrimination. Sarah approached, smiling proudly. "You are amazing, Angela. I'm so proud of you." "Thank you, Sarah. I couldn't have done this without you and the support of everyone here," Angela replied, hugging her friend. As the crowd began to disperse, Angela received praise and thanks from various people. Among them was a young woman named Lisa, who had traveled from a nearby city to join the protest. "Angela, your story deeply touched me. I've experienced similar situations and never had the courage to speak up." "You've given me hope," Lisa said, moved. "I'm glad to hear that, Lisa. We need to keep fighting together," Angela replied, holding Lisa's hands. By the end of the day, Angela felt she had made a significant stride in the fight for equality and justice. She knew there was still a long road ahead, but she was ready to face every challenge, inspired by the support and solidarity of those around her. Following the successful peaceful protest, Angela was invited to a meeting with the hotel's senior management. They wanted to discuss the measures to ensure that incidents of discrimination like the one she faced would not happen again. Angela knew this was a crucial opportunity to influence real and lasting change. On the day of the meeting, Angela left Michael and Sophia with Sarah again and headed to the hotel. Upon arrival, she was greeted by Ms. Thompson at the reception. "Angela, it's good to see you again." "Thank you for agreeing to meet with us," Ms. Thompson said, guiding Angela to the conference room. "Thank you, Ms. Thompson. It's important to me that we make meaningful changes," Angela replied. In the conference room were several members of senior management, including the hotel's general manager, Mr. Anderson. They all seemed eager to hear what Angela had to say. "Good morning, Angela. Thank you for coming. We want to assure you that we're committed to resolving this issue," Mr. Anderson said, shaking her hand. "Thank you, Mr. Anderson. I hope we can work together to create a more inclusive environment," Angela responded, taking her seat. The meeting began with Ms. Thompson recapping the incident and the immediate actions taken against Mr. Harris. Then, Angela was invited to share her ideas about the necessary changes. "Firstly, I believe all staff should undergo intensive diversity and inclusion training. This will help educate and sensitize everyone about the importance of treating all guests with respect and dignity," Angela suggested. Mr. Anderson nodded. "I completely agree, Angela. We'll implement a mandatory training program for all staff. What else do you suggest?" "I also think there should be a clear and accessible policy for reporting discrimination cases. Guests need to know they can trust management to handle these situations fairly and promptly," Angela continued. "Excellent point," Ms. Thompson said, making notes. "We'll work on developing that policy and ensure it's communicated to all guests." Angela paused before addressing the next issue. I'd like to see more diversity among the staff, especially in leadership positions. Representation is crucial to creating a truly inclusive environment. Mr. Anderson agreed. That's something we need to improve. We'll review our hiring and promotion practices to ensure we're providing equal opportunities for everyone. The discussion continued for another hour, with Angela and the hotel management exchanging ideas and establishing a concrete action plan. When the meeting concluded, Angela felt satisfied with the outcome. "Thank you for listening and being willing to make changes," Angela said, standing up. "Thank you, Angela, for bringing these issues to our attention and helping us improve," Ms. Thompson replied. On leaving the hotel, Angela found Sarah and the children waiting for her. Michael and Sophia ran to hug their mother. "Mama, how was the meeting?" Sophia asked, curious. "It was really good, sweetheart. They're going to make some important changes," Angela replied, smiling. Sarah smiled proudly. "You're making a difference, Angela. I'm so happy for you." "Thank you, Sarah. There's still a lot to be done, but we're on the right path," Angela said, feeling strengthened by the experience. As they walked home, Angela reflected on the impact of her actions. She knew the fight against discrimination was long and challenging, but each step she took helped create a better world for her children and future generations. Several weeks after the protest and the meeting with the hotel management, Angela began to feel the effects of the changes she had helped catalyze. The hotel had implemented a comprehensive diversity and inclusion training program, as well as revised its internal policies to promote a more welcoming and fair environment for all guests. On a sunny Saturday afternoon, Angela was at home with Michael and Sophia. They were playing in the garden while Angela read some of the emails and messages she continued to receive from people who had been touched by her story. "Angela, look at this," Michael exclaimed, running up to her with a drawing he had made at school. Angela smiled as she looked at the drawing. "That's amazing, Michael. You're a talented artist." Sophia also came over, holding a handmade card. "Mom, I made this card to say I'm proud of you." Angela hugged them both, feeling a wave of gratitude and love for her children. "Thank you, my loves. You're my inspiration." Angela's phone rang, interrupting the moment. It was Sarah. "Angela, have you seen the news? The hotel released a report on the changes they're implementing. It's having an incredible impact," Sarah said excitedly. "That's wonderful to hear, Sarah." "I'm so glad our efforts are making a difference," Angela replied, feeling relieved. "You deserve all the credit, Angela. Your courage has inspired so many people," Sarah said sincerely. After hanging up, Angela allowed herself to relax and reflect on everything that had happened. She thought about the challenges she had faced from the hotel incident until now, and how each step had been important in getting to this point. That night, after Michael and Sophia had gone to bed, Angela picked up her notebook. She began writing, not just about her recent experiences, but about her hopes for the future. She wanted to share her story not only as a testament of resilience, but as a call to action for everyone to fight discrimination wherever they encountered it. As she wrote, a sense of peace and fulfillment enveloped her. She knew there were still challenges ahead, but she was determined to continue using her voice to promote positive change. The next day, Angela decided it was time to start planning her next steps. She wanted to expand her advocacy for equality and justice, perhaps by writing a book about her experiences or starting a community project to educate young people about diversity issues. With a smile on her face, Angela closed her notebook. She was ready for whatever the future held, confident that she could make a difference, one story at a time.